Damn, they done took the whole flag down. What for? RPM Trey Vietnam in this bitch. Can I get a sound check? I was doing some funny shit, fucking with my Bluetooth and shit as I was setting the video up. And last time I did that, I ain't had no sound when I was fucking around like that. So if I can get a sound check from somebody to confirm we got some sound in here. Can I get a mic check? Mic check 1 2 1 2. Can I get a? Yo, can I get a sound check? Mic check? Can you hear me? Can my one friend watching the video, who I could have called with this conversation instead of live streaming, can you hear me? Sound check, mic check 1 2 1 2. I'm starting to feel like I ain't got no sound in here. Oh, I do got some sound. Do I got some sound? Thank you. Good. Thanks for checking in too. I believe that's Angel. How you doing, Angel? Last I heard, Zach may have other plans this year, but I was totally looking forward to going to Oklahoma City in April like we did last year. I gotta check back in with him because I haven't heard a conclusion. I can't remember, but I remember commenting trying to tell Zach, man, don't do that, bro. He's talking about trying to go to California or something. Say that shit for another time. Oklahoma City was good. I want to keep revisiting and remembering that and reigniting whatever pattern we laid down on any ley line or whatever the fuck. Like let's stick with that. I like the idea of Oklahoma City on the 19th of April like we did last year. So hopefully that's what Zach doing. That's when I met you and a bunch of other people. It'd be cool to just go back there, man, to see who returns and to see who new, what new people show up. So hopefully we can do that. Oh, you rock with me because my matches is dope, but you don't fuck with Gematria no more? Oh, dang. We could talk about it. I'm kind of curious as to why you don't. But to each his own, don't really. And to me, every truth seeker, especially when they are carving out a unique niche for themselves and for the idea of truth seeking, we all have a little bit of ego that will come along with the sense of pride of answering a call to truth to try to speak some shit. So Zach got a little ego going on. So do I with a lot of my shit, and I know that I do. It's just exciting, and then it calls for some action and very little fear and courage and all of this other stuff. And when you bring all that together, it might come off as cockiness or arrogance, but it's really all of those things that are necessary to help the truth prevail. So whatever it is from the Gematria community, if you don't rock with that no more, okay, and that's cool. Whatever floats your boat. I wouldn't give a damn what somebody believe where the truth is. If they honestly want the truth and are willing to stand up and fight for it, and they want whatever is unnecessarily and unfairly robbing us of our human potential, if what you want is to put an end to whatever's stopping us from doing that, after that, I don't give a fuck what lane you step in or out of, because I would never ask a man who's willing to fight next to me for the gun rights. I wouldn't discount his help or support if he believed in some other stuff that I didn't rock with, or if he knew some shit that I just didn't know, or some shit that I felt like wasn't that important. So, yeah, yeah. So, whatever you feel about gematria, that's cool. I do want to drum up the idea of the gun rights movement when we do go to Oklahoma City. I like to try to mix the two things together. If I can build a community of people who understand the gematria and they want to be in the same place at the same time, I definitely speak up on it highly, as I try to do from time to time in general. And I really do want to start doing my own decodes, even if it's short little brief ones, just to highlight a point that I'm trying to make off in another area, to show people how I think and feel and what happens in the arena of gematria. It all kind of merges together because it all keeps pointing to the same thing, even when you take these different avenues and conduits to the truth. So, yeah, that's cool though. I'm glad you're rocking with my shit. It really is important. And as a woman that you are, I would hope that at some point I will inspire you to protect yourself the way you think that I would protect you if I was there. For you to do what you think I would do for you. But you do it. You know? I want to inspire people to feel like that because, you know, like I say all the time, it's not up to me to fight for nobody, but I will, though. It's not up for the cops to really do that either, but they do. Sometimes the cops actually get involved in shit where you're just like, man, if the cops weren't there, this would have got fucking stupid. And any of those situations that make the cop look like they were a blessing to be there, I would just advocate for other men who were already there to stand up to do that exact same thing. Them not having the clothes of that fucking shiny badge doesn't mean that saving someone's life in the exact same way wouldn't be appreciated or necessary. Any idea of a grown man being a protector to anybody in his zone of influence. So, guns for everybody, man. Put them in the fucking vending machines, man. Guns should be prizes on scratch-off fucking tickets you can buy from the fucking gas station, like all that shit. Guns for everybody, man. So hopefully you are protecting yourself with a gun, or we'll eventually get to that point. Because I would hate to hear of like different stories of women who are completely vulnerable, having themselves lost to kidnapping, human trafficking, sexual assault, and other things, man. The world is full of people looking for easy victims, and they like preying on the weak and vulnerable. And even if you are not weak and vulnerable, you will appear to be like that just because you're a woman to some aggressive man. And like I wanted to mention in regards to the story that I kind of talked a little bit about on my last live, where the black woman, beautiful black woman, was killed after being called a nigger by a white guy. He's going to get off because of, I think he's going to get off because of the details of how everything unfolded that night. You can't put your hands on somebody over what they say, and it does not matter if someone has this deep, sincere, moral high ground in their expectations that nobody will be so racially insensitive, especially in today's day and age in this world, that they would try to hurt feelings or inspire a reaction out of somebody by calling them a nigger. I think that's sad as fuck. But just like we cannot lean on what we want the world to be, we need to know what we should be reasonably expecting in those things. I feel the same way about the racial thing as I do about women dressing provocatively, sexually, where different parts of their body that the women don't play dumb. You know it don't take much for a guy to go in that direction with his mind. So we're not going to play dumb about that. Let's just say that part. And then what we also know is that if you also left the house as a woman feeling good about yourself, right? Or you do got a few guns, and I'm happy for you. Because if your life is ever challenged, I hope you smoke whoever the fuck is fucking with you. I hope you win. But women, let's not play pretend. There's a difference between demeaning or categorizing women in an unfair sexualized category. There's a difference between like doing that when some men actually kind of do that. Is the difference between doing that and just stating facts. And the issue is that some of those guys that might talk in a somewhat harmful or harsh way towards women are actually using things that sometimes I believe are just observational facts. Maybe sometimes some of those guys go too far, but I'm not going to pretend to not understand at all what any guy ever says when they talk like that ever. All of it ain't bullshit to me. I don't want to get into the details of all that, but what I will say is we cannot lean on what the world should be like, because it should be fair and expected that a woman can walk out in public barely dressed, maybe got some cleavage out, maybe you got some ass cheeks bouncing and showing, maybe your pants look painted on you, maybe your shorts are short, and there's a little bit of peekaboo butt cheek coming out the bottom of the. Hey, you should be able to get out there like that without having to worry about catcalling, attempts to make a pass at you, aggressive attempts, or actual physical harm or sexual assault that can go as far as your imagination will take it. It might even go that far. Just because I think it's a damn shame that the world is like that women should be able to wear what they want without having to deal with those things, because I don't catcall. I don't do that shit. Because in my mind, the kind of person I am, I don't want some woman to be worried about how far my catcalling is going to go or what I'm going to do or say. I don't want you to be scared of me if I'm attracted to you. It's the last thing I want. So I don't do the catcalling because I already know that it doesn't matter if I think that I'm only trying to compliment, or I'm only just speaking my mind as an observable man, and then she should not feel like blah, blah, blah. I can't tell her how to feel. And I know that I might make her feel like that, so I don't do it even if I kind of feel like I am inspired to go, God damn, you finer than a motherfucker. I don't care. I don't care how harmless it seems to me. I know that it might not be okay with her, and that's enough for me. I don't go there. Just like people who want to say, white people who want to call black people niggas, hey, you can say what you want. You might be inspired to do that. But let's not pretend like you're not facing something when you do that. And maybe the world shouldn't be like that, but yeah, but it is though. So face what's really there and stop trying to force your projection of the world onto the world as if it's going to adhere to that just because you're trying to project it. And women need to know that what you wear is going to get you a certain kind of attention and perspective in the world full of thirsty ass men, and that is what it is. And I don't care that you don't want it to be like that. Maybe it shouldn't be like that, but none of that matters. What's going to happen if you come out and you halfway dressed? If you come outside in less clothes than what your PJs were the night before? If you do that, know what it might be when you get out here, and then don't be fucking mad, so mad when it happens, because it's not going to go away because you don't like it. Face it. Face it. I've already faced it. I'm just going to be a nigga to somebody that sees me. Lay eyes on me. They not going to know that I'm a fucking superhero at heart and that I would never hurt them for no stupid reason. And that they probably have a white man in their family that's willing to hurt their kids and do all type of funny ass shit. And that's a white man that's actually family, share blood with their ass. And that motherfucker is more dangerous than my black ass to them and to their kids. And they don't know that because I'm just a nigga on the surface. That's their fault for not recognizing how cool I am. How harmless I am. Fuck them for not noticing. But I already know that that's going to happen with somebody in their mind, and I don't care. So what? I just have to be prepared to deal with it if it goes that far. And women need to do the same thing with how they dress. Hey, if you want to fight that battle all day, okay. But just because you don't want it to be like that don't mean that it's not going to be. And I think you know that enough from what you've seen actions from men throughout your fucking life. You're not that naive. You're not dumb. Choose your battles. I don't know what else to tell you. But that the catcalling is going to continue. It's going to happen. People are going to sexually harass and assault you based off you possibly looking like somebody who would welcome and not even see those kinds of things as a threat or harm. You look like a kind of person. If you look like a person that wouldn't even take that offense to that, don't be mad when somebody tries you and then they're disappointed that they go, oh, I thought I knew who you was by how you was dressed. Dave Chappelle had a good ass joke in regards to this type of shit about him dressing as a police officer in public, but he's not a police officer. And somebody run up and asked him for help, and he goes, excuse me, just because I'm dressed like a police officer, doesn't mean you can just assume that. And the joke was funny. Of course, Dave Chappelle had awesome delivery, but the joke is very telling of what the truth really is, man. So women, if you want to dress like a bop, like a jump off, like you might accept cash for favors behind somebody's garage, if you want to dress like that, fine. I don't mind seeing it. I'm damn sure not gonna say nothing to you because I know I'm not stupid. You dressing like that don't mean that you're okay with me acting like that. So I don't see that as a sign to do nothing. But not everybody feels like that, and you better know that. And me being cool like I am, or you wishing that the world was like that, ain't gonna make it so. So dress and act accordingly. I don't know what else to tell y'all. But if you want to dress like that and you want to not be hurt, get a gun and then get on outside when the springtime come through with your cheeks out and a mile long cleavage hanging out your shirt, nothing missing but the nipple. Everything else is out there but the nipple. Go ahead, cause it looks nice, but whatever happens after that, don't blame me, the nice guy, or your thoughts about the world. Don't blame none of that shit. Just know that you're gonna look like something. And that's the best thing I can tell you to fucking help you, instead of being some kind of beta male and going along with the women's fight for equal rights and whatever the fuck else is going on nowadays with all of that shit. I'm not gonna be that guy that's gonna tell you what you want to hear. That the world of men is fucking sickening and ridiculous and nasty. That they can't keep sex off of their minds while you go outside damn near topless. You didn't know that was gonna happen? Stop playing. You got to make a choice. Either deal with what happens when you dress like that, or don't dress like that and minimize your chances of having to deal with that shit, especially in an aggressive manner. Because I can't think of any fucking man that doesn't think about sex most of the time. We're kind of hardwired and programmed to feel like that. And something else that excites us is when it seems to be a mutual understanding between us and a woman of interest. So if you're dressed like you're trying to encourage somebody actively pursuing you, by doing that, to tell people, yes, think of these things when you lay eyes on me, and hopefully it inspires some attempt for you to talk to me because maybe you got a chance. That's what you look like to us. That's what women look like to us. And I'm just telling the truth. I'm not saying if it's right or wrong. Y'all gonna have to face this shit, or you're gonna live a life of fucking pain and confusion and disappointment when you think that the world is gonna work the way your mind says it should, rather than what it's actually doing. We like titties and ass. Don't be so fucking surprised by that. They tell you when you're a child on the playground, watch how you conduct yourself on the playground when you got your skirt on, all on the monkey bars and shit. There's little boys out there. They tell y'all this shit all the time. And we assume that you understood that very thoroughly because somebody must have told you. Somebody must have warned you about us. So when you're a grown-ass woman and you put your body out there like that, we go, you know better. You know what the fuck that's going to do. They've been telling you your whole fucking life to pull your damn skirt down on the playground. Stop playing. Stop playing. When you do that, there's going to be a certain level of acceptance of what may happen after that, and just accept it for being the way it is. Don't accept it happening, but accept it for being the way it is, and then you can make a choice. And if you want to dress like that, you got to be like, hey, creepy guy followed me around the grocery store. I kind of feel like he was following me. Yeah, they should. 15 views should equal 15 likes, and 15 views should equal 15 shares if they are followed by likes. If you don't like me, share this shit and laugh with your friends that I fucking sound dumb. That I have no idea what's going on planet Earth, that I sound like a dumbass fucking retard who can't seem to make sense of nothing. Go tell them that then. But come on, women. Women need to face what it's going to be, just like racist people need to face what the fuck it's going to be, that if you say that, you might inspire some violence from people you want to call people niggas. And they don't even have to be in the right. It's not about who's right or wrong. It's about what do you think is going to happen when you do that. I think it's weird that people won't just bring themselves to that and then react in that way. And say, fuck what the world is supposed to be like. This is where the truth is at. I better stand over here until it looks like the truth is manifesting a reason for me to get closer into expecting that the world just won't act so much like this. Man, expect that shit, bro. Damn, what the fuck? I think what's really wrong with the world is that people have very serious and legitimate complaints about things that have simple, legitimate answers, but we won't face the answers because we don't like the way it makes us feel about what we need to change about our perspective and our behavior. And don't nobody like to do that. So then we get stuck spinning our wheels about dumb shit that we hope kids would understand. And then we grow up as adults and none of us actually understood none of the shit that we be trying to tell these kids, because we are actively doing, with serious consequences to the world, what we tell these kids not to fucking do. God damn, RPM Trey Vietnam in this bitch. Don't be a pussy, get a motherfucking gun, and don't let nobody play you. Not even me, not about nothing, not about no gun shit, not about no violence, not about no illusion of authority. Nobody gets to tell you what to do because your parents couldn't tell you what to do your whole life. You told them to shut the fuck up even if it meant you went out to the world, denied all of their advice, and it got you killed. They will just cry at your funeral. They can't stop you. The police and the government need to let you go to wreck your fucking life. And then they can kind of grab you up by the back of your fucking coat, your collar, your jacket, and go, yo, all your wild shit is cool. It's entertaining, kind of funny, you're an asshole. Your wild shit is affecting somebody else's freedom, though. This is where I, as a police officer, or any fucking body gets to stop you, and where I get to jump in is where you know the police are good to jump in. Where I cannot jump in, the police shouldn't be doing that shit. That's where the line is. What would I go to prison for? What would I go to jail for? To tell the cop he can't do it either. Period. What can the cop do? I mean, what can I do legally and not go to prison with my gun in the idea of defense? That's what the cop can do. That's the shit that the cops do that I don't hate on. When I see the cop do something, I'll be like, I would have did that too, and I wouldn't have went to jail for it either. Then maybe the cops should do that. Somebody do it. Somebody needs to do it. But everything that the cops do, while hiding behind the illusion, cannot get a clean slate to be good to go just because they're cops. Every little thing they do has to be in line with natural rights and freedoms that should be mirrored without error, but there's error everywhere. That's why I don't praise the Constitution. But it should be mirrored without error inside of the Constitution, so we can speak their legal language, so that we know when we talking this natural shit, there is a direct translation into that legal shit, because it is two different arenas that shouldn't really mix so much, especially in involuntary relationships and contracts. Fuck all of that. I love y'all. Please be good. Subscribe to the shit if you ain't subscribed. Share the shit if you're not sharing it. Share with somebody who you think might be interested in anything at all that I say. I got tons of videos all over my YouTube. I got shorts as well. Check out my shorts. Much love to you, Angel. You know you cool with me. You forever have my allegiance. If I'm ever any place and you in my zone of influence, just know that I would die to keep a motherfucker off you. Nobody fucking lay a hand on Angel, or you will see me. No games to be played here. Do y'all thing to protect yourself. But check the whole channel out. I got shorts that are funny. They're funny and clever. I got live streams and I got edited videos also. Do all of that. Check my IG out at RPM_Trey_Vietnam if you're not there. I rock a whole lot of shit out there. We're going to turn up this year. For real. Straight up. I can't wait till the springtime comes. Because I'm going to be out here a lot with them guns talking that shit. But in the meantime, you know, y'all do y'all thing, keep it safe, keep an eye on everything that's going on in the world, because all of it is theater. It is meant to distract you, but you do need to know what the fuck is going on, so when shit goes down, you know who the bad guy is, where it's coming from, and how you need to feel about what's going on. Support your local dojo as well, because guns jam and run out of bullets. That's true. That's why you bring 2 guns and you do the extended magazines, and you bust shots until it ain't no more if you got to, in a time of war or panic or whatever the fuck. But load the fuck up. You do need to know how to work your hands though, because somebody can get the drop on you and take your gun from you depending on what the fuck is going on. And if you are in extreme violent situation like that, people panic, but what they panic to is to whatever their mind has set as a default reaction to a situation like that. And if you have nothing there, then you will freeze up. You got to be thinking and planning and understanding certain situations or something. And if you train well in some kind of hand-to-hand combat, boxing, kickboxing, martial arts, something at all, something, any kind of tactic at all. I've seen some tactics that just kind of help people get out of dramatic situations, flee, hide, or make it unlikely that your assailant can subdue you. And I've seen a whole bunch of different tactics and other things, that anything at all that saves your life is worth learning. I don't give a fuck what it is. Martial arts, you goddamn right. I'm about to put my 4-year-old daughter into gymnastics and some martial arts because she is going to be a fucking kick flipping ninja. She is going to be a bad motherfucker as a female. But all my kids gonna rock guns. They gonna carry guns and know how to use guns very well. Every child in my house is going to leave my house when they leave my house, when they leave the nest. They're gonna leave with a pistol, shotgun, rifle, and some bulletproof armor. Yep, every one of them. That's how I send my kids out into the world. And then I tell them, if you ever in trouble and somebody threatening your life, I want you to embody me. Do what I would do. What do you think I would do? Pretend to be me. Pretend to be your father and then do exactly what the fuck you think I would do when you know that I will go apeshit crazy, berserk on anybody in protecting your fucking life. There will be no mercy. There will be no sparing. It'll just be bang, bang, bang until the shit clicks. I will disrespect dead bodies and all type of shit. I'll let a motherfucker know I was trying to love you and you trying to hurt my kids, man. The defense that'll come from me in defense of my kids would get me in prison even if I was legally doing it. Even if I was legally defending myself, I would still go to jail. Because the judge will ask me, why did I have to shoot so many times? They'd be like, we kind of feel like we have to do something to you, Trey. Too many shots, bro. It's overkill. It's too much. And now we have to charge you. The Wild Wild West. Martial arts is a beautiful thing, man. But I'm out of here, y'all. I'm on my lunch break and I gotta get my ass back to work in a reasonable time. I love peace and gun smoke for all y'all. Get to the range and practice. Get proficient with a firearm, because once you get a firearm and you get proficient, all of the fear goes away. All the fear that they say that you're going to have in your gun ownership while they're trying to act like it's so damn spooky, but they praise all these military personnel and law enforcement officers for mastering it. They didn't master something that it takes a rocket science degree to master. It's very easy. All you got to do is love, respect, and kind of fear your firearm. Treat it like it's loaded at all times, even if you unloaded it and you know it's unloaded. Even if there's no fucking bullets in the fucking room, no magazine in the fucking magazine well, none of that matters. Never get comfortable enough to put your fucking finger on the trigger or point a gun at something that you don't want to shoot. Never get that comfortable to do that. I don't give a fuck how many times you or somebody else check it. I'm not going to point no fucking unloaded gun at you. I don't give a fuck how many times it's been checked, clear. I don't care. I'm not going to do it and my finger's never on the trigger unless I'm thinking, I know I want to shoot this thing. And I know whatever I'm pointing at, I want this shit to be shot. Then I put my finger on the trigger when all of those things have been understood in my head. If you do that, you make something as dangerous as a firearm, you turn that into a fucking paperweight. It is useless in the idea of neglectful fucking unintentional harm. It'll never do that if you follow those rules, bro. You make it easy. So follow the fucking gun rules and you'll be fine. Get a gun and be proficient and stop being a fucking bitch. Balloons, party balloons, and the World Economic Forum and the ATF, fuck the ATF. There's the seasoning for the fucking chicken. Can't stand them bitches. Did they all die last night in their sleep? They didn't all have like aneurysms, or did the ATF had to get vaccinated for their job? They probably got forced into the vaccination. Come on, vaccinations. Why them jabs not killing no ATF agents? I'm fucking disappointed.